Hi, and welcome to Bululu Wellness, your guide to well-being. Here, we simplify health with practical and easy-to-use tools to help you live a healthier life. Hey friends, welcome back to Bululu Wellness. This month's episodes are deeply personal. They're about grief, trauma, and how our bodies hold onto moments long after they've passed. Because even when we try to move on, our nervous system still remembers. Today, I want to tell you the story of the day everything changed for me, the day I lost my dad. July marks 30 years since my dad passed away. He wasn't just my father. I believe he was my protector, the person I felt the safest with. You see, my mom was grieving the loss of her mother when I was born, and I always looked up to my dad as my protector. He will be the one that will spend, or I will spend more time with, playing, goofing, having fun. You know, that person that is always there for ice creams. That was my dad. On July 1995, we were in a terrible accident. And when I got out the news that he was gone, I remember not being able to cry. Not because I didn't feel it, but because I couldn't understand what was happening. My body didn't let the emotions in. It just went to freeze. I remember clearly that day when I woke up, my mom told me in front of my siblings. I think that they were already crying for a lot of time that night. And they decided to tell me in the morning. They also asked me how was I feeling and if I needed to cry. And I said, no, I don't want to cry. They told me that I should attend the funeral so I wouldn't have regrets. I remember eating a caldo, which it was like a little soup, a warm soup that they give you at funerals. So I can calm my nerves, but I wasn't feeling nervous. I was just feeling fine. I didn't feel calm. I didn't feel anything, to be honest. I was just there sitting until somebody told me that I had to see my dad. And when I saw him, I still didn't feel anything. I remember that night when my mom was making the phone calls to tell people that he passed. All our family was in Peru and Argentina. I remember putting my headphones on and just dancing, just daydreaming and zoning out. The days after, I will shut my door, put music super loud, and dance my heart out. I will also put really angry music, like, Metallica or Cranberries. And I know I'm dating myself, but you know what I mean. That's how I move my grief, through daydreaming, music, and dance. I now know that this was somatic processing, and interestingly, I was doing it by myself. Daydreaming is common when anyone has experienced trauma. It helps the nervous system escape when reality feels too much. And that's what happened. I felt too much, and I daydream all my adolescent years. When my dad passed, it was July. That summer gave us time to process before school started again. My mom was always looking for ways to help me heal. The first thing that she found was a child psychologist, but I didn't feel safe at first. This psychologist will ask me to draw, so now I recognize that she was trying to do some art therapy since I wasn't connecting with my feelings. Then my mom found Julio, a healer, an energy worker who intuitively knew what I needed. His companion was one of the most amazing things in my life. He didn't need my full story to begin helping me. He helped me regulate my nervous system with grounding, back flower remedies, and also introduced me to workshops like Avatar and Reiki. These workshops were so important to me as I started to grow older and needed some grounding techniques to help me cope with what I needed. He was my first somatic guide, and I'm thankful for him and for everything that he has done for my entire family. As I'm getting older and looking back at those days, I truly believe that without those early tools or those early guides that I had in my life, I believe the trauma could have imprinted even deeper. I know that there was a massive reprogramming in my brain, but I was so thankful that my mom was able to find this. Despite her own grief and despite not having a lot of money, she spent every dollar she had to support me. Her presence, her effort, and her willingness to help made all the difference in my life. I know sometimes she doesn't feel like a hero, and sometimes she says how dysregulated she was when I was born, and that's true, but that doesn't mean that she was not the best mother in the hardest times of my life. And I want to recognize that because sometimes we just need that person that is next to us. Not the way we wanted, but the way it's right for us at the right time. We all have a day everything changed. Maybe yours wasn't death, but a betrayal, a diagnosis, a rupture of identity. Moments like these leave an imprint, not just emotional, but physical. When our nervous system is overwhelmed by grief, it may numb us or disconnect us. Maybe we'll shut down our digestion or our immune system. And it also will steal the ability to feel joy or creativity again. This honestly are not weaknesses, it's just biology. And it is a protection that our body has in order to take care of us. And it's okay if it takes years to feel it. Believe me, I spent many years frozen. As I'm sharing more of my story, I want you to try this gentle grief acknowledgement practice. Put one hand on your chest and one on your belly, and close your eyes and breathe. Whisper to yourself, I miss them, or I wasn't ready, or I've carried this so long. And say to yourself, I am still here. Also, I am safe. Our grief doesn't need to be fixed. It just needs to be felt. And let's allow ourselves that opportunity to feel. Because if we continue pushing it, we can maybe create some panic attacks, some anxiety, other feelings, or other biological symptoms that we don't want. So it's okay to feel your grief. Friends, thank you for letting me share my story with you. This month, I will be exploring how freeze, trauma, and healing live in the body and how we can begin to thaw. As usual, you can always follow me on Instagram. You know me. I'm here for you, and I hope that you have an incredible week. If you enjoy what you hear, subscribe and share it with someone who might need it. The more people join us, the closer we get to building a wellness community for everyone. Thank you for being here. Now let's navigate this bululu together. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any condition or disease. If you need help, please seek professional care.